So, happy winter solstice, everybody! So, 冬至 or 冬至 in Mandarin, that is winter solstice, is one of my favorite traditional holidays. However, now it's kind of squeezed away by Christmas because of its lack of commercialization. So this time, I want to show you how to make a classic Cantonese dish for this holiday. That is Hamyun, a savory Tangyuan soup with chewy, mochi-like rice balls. But of course, you can have it any day you want, especially in colder weather. Now, I know that a good chunk of Cantonese diasporas in the West are from Torsant, and their version of dish is quite famous. But it's not only in Seiya, but also in pockets all around Guangdong and even throughout South China. Savory Tangyuan is a beloved dish that people often would eat on winter holidays. Our friends over at Make with Lao are from Torsant, so you can check out how the Torsant version is made. But today I want to share the version from my grandma's ancestral hometown, DONGGUAN, which often uses dry squid when making the soup. And of course, also features the same homemade soft, chewy rice balls that everybody loves. So just like many other festive Cantonese dishes, dry seafood and dry shiitake mushrooms forms the major source for flavors. So here we have 20-gram dry shrimp, 15-gram dry scallop, 5 pieces or 25-gram dry shiitake mushroom, and some dry squid, about 30 gram. Now, if you're buying dry squid for cooking, remember to get the whole piece ones. That's like this or this. And don't buy the shredded ones because those are meant to be eaten straight up as snacks. And as always, reconstitute our dry ingredients for overnight and reserve the soaking liquid for later. And discard any sediments except for the squid. We don't use the soaking liquid because it tends to be fishy. Now, sometimes dry ingredients may contain sand, so give it a rinse just in case. Then cut out your squid, take out any possible bones or organs. For the shiitake mushroom, give the ridges a quick rinse, make sure there's no sand hiding inside, squeeze dry, and now we can cut. So just cut out the stems and slice into slivers. For squids, also cut into 1.5-inch strips. So no need to chop up the dry shrimp and scallops, but there's one more dry ingredient that we need. That is lapchang, Cantonese cured sausage. Here's half a stick of a Cantonese sausage. Just slice and cut it into matchstick-sized strips. Then set them all aside. So next category of ingredients for our soup base, fresh meat. Now, the Dongguan version uses all 3 common meats in Cantonese cooking. That is chicken, pork, and fish. So here we are using half a small chicken, bone in, about 500 to 600 gram, and chopped into 1-inch pieces. You can use any good quality chicken or even silken if you're feeling fancy. Give it a simple marinade with an 1/8 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon white pepper, and 1 teaspoon liaojiu, aka Shaoxing wine, for some base flavor and set aside. As for our pork, here's 160-gram pork shoulder. Simply slice it into half-centimeter pieces. Give it the same marinade as the chicken, mix and set aside. Now, for the fish part, we'll usually use yupin, that is freshwater fish fillet, or yugao, that is freshly made fish paste. But outside of Pearl River Delta, options are kind of limited. So today we'll just use some fresh fish balls from the market. And if you're getting some fish ball, try to get something that's made with mostly fish because some products may be heavier on other fillers. Anyway, here we have 160-gram fresh fish balls from the market. Just slice them in half and set aside. And that is it for our fresh meat components. And moving on, let's handle our vegetables. Generally, we'll use vegetables that's in season with a nice sweetness. And in winter, they are usually napa cabbage and daikon. So here we have 200-gram napa, cut them into 1-inch pieces and set aside. Then we'll also use 200-gram daikon, peel off the skin, then slice and cut into 2-inch sticks. That's about the thickness of chopstick. Then we need some finishing herb, usually with either green garlic or Chinese celery. If you can find neither, you can also use cilantro or scallion. And today we have 1 sprig of green garlic here. Separate the white and the green. Reserve the white as aromatics and cut the greens at an angle into 1-inch section. Then set aside. Then that's all of the ingredients for our soup, and next comes the fun part, making the rice balls. So here we have 400 grams sticky rice flour together with a quarter teaspoon salt so that the balls are salty. And we'll be making the dough using both hot and cool water because gelatinized starch creates a softer and chewier texture. First, slowly drizzle in 2 80-gram water that's about 80 degrees Celsius. Keep stirring along the way to evenly wet the flour. And then pour the flour onto a big working surface. Roughly press it into a shaggy dough like this, then we'll start drizzling in our cool water. Now, because flour absorption can be quite different, we need to do this little by little. Here I have 160-gram water ready. First, add in a touch water to stick the remaining bits together. Then add in a couple tablespoons at a time, start folding and pressing the water into the dough. Repeat this motion of drizzling and folding until it becomes pliable and doesn't shake into small bits when tear opened. And the texture kind of feels like the texture of our earlobe. I used up all 160 grams of water here, and you may need a little bit more, a little bit less. But don't need to obsess over the hydration of the dough because shaping the balls are actually super easy. So first, give your tray or plate a light smear of oil to prevent stickage. Then grab a small piece of dough, roll it into half-inch thick log. Then take about an inch long section and roll it into a ball. Or to speed up, you can take 2 sections, space them 1 inch apart in your palm and roll them up at the same time. If your hands are bigger, you can even scale it up to 3 or 4 balls at a time. Up to you. Either way, work through your dough and now we can start cooking. Now, many people like to cook the balls directly in the soup, but personally, I find that makes the soup a little bit too thick, especially with a bigger batch like this, so I prefer to cook the rice balls separately. So, to a pot of boiling water, heat on medium-high. Add in the balls bit by bit, sliding from different sides so that they don't clump. Once all in, gently jiggle it to break them apart. Then when the water comes to a boil, dip in about a half cup cool water and let it boil again. Repeat this one more time. When it comes back to a boil and all the balls are floating, scoop them out into a bowl of cool water. Then give the balls a rinse under running water to cool down, and now they can be added to the soup. Right, the soup. So this soup belongs to the guantong, a Cantonese quick boil soup category that we talked about in our previous Cantonese home cooking video. That is a quick and flavorful soup that's whipped up under just 20 minutes. And here's how we make it. To a hot wok or pot, add in 1 tablespoon oil and give it a swirl. Then add in 1-inch ginger cut into slices, fry till fragrant, and add in our chicken pieces. Fry it on medium-high until it shrinks a bit and colors change, about 3 or 4 minutes. Heat off and take it out first. Next, heat on medium. Add in a bit more oil. Fry the green garlic whites till fragrant, then toss in the dry shrimp and scallop. Also fry till fragrant about 30 seconds. Then in with the sausage, mushroom, and squid. Fry them all together for about 3 minutes. Then add in the daikon. Give it a quick fry, then throw in some liaojiu, aka Shaoxingwan. Continue to fry for about 2 minutes. Then scoop the ingredient to the side of the wok. Add in about 1.5 tablespoon oil and toss in the pork. Fry for another minute till colors changed. Then add in the soaking liquid to the glaze, together with another 7 cups of cool water. Cover and bring it to a boil. Once boiling, add in 1 teaspoon sugar and turn the heat to medium-low and let it cook for 10 minutes first. And after that time, come back. Add in our chicken, napa cabbage, and fish balls. Give it a stir, then cover. Let it come to a boil again and cook for a total of 20 minutes. We can come back to finish the dish. First, put our rice balls in, turn the heat to high, and season to taste. Here I use 1 teaspoon salt, half teaspoon chicken bouillon powder, a quarter teaspoon MSG, and 2 teaspoons soy sauce. Give them a nice mix now. And once it's boiling and the balls are floating, sprinkle in the green garlic, heat off, Add in another half teaspoon white pepper together with a touch of toasted sesame oil. And now you can invite everybody in the village to come and eat this big pot of balls. Just kidding. This pot serves about 4 to 5 people. You can just scoop it out directly from the wok and enjoy. So, in the late 17th century 笔记, 广东三语, author Wat Dai-guan describes some Cantonese customs for winter solstice, which includes hosting family meals, eating Cantonese-style sashimi, enjoying hot pot, and of course, making sticky rice balls. Fast forward to now, besides the solid ball version that we show in the video, in many places in Guangdong, people will also eat tangyuan with a savory stuffing inside. Ranging from pork to goose, the stuffing in the tangyuan and the ingredient for the soup can vary according to local people's favorite produce. It is truly a dish that really reflects the terroir of the place itself. Hey, come over here. Come on. Looks so Christmassy, dude. So right, as always, check out the recipe in the description box. A big thank you for everyone that's supporting us on Patreon. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos. And happy winter solstice!